Journal Record Capital correspondent Catherine Sweeney joins us with more stories making news in business this week. Catherine, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
As we reported, lawsuits are already being filed against towns that are passing strict rules on the medical cannabis industry. You've looked at this issue. What have you found?
State Question 788 has some provisions in it that say that cities can't make a bunch of extra regulations on them. It does allow for a few. It says that cities can say dispensaries can't be within 1,000 feet of a school, but some cities are putting extra regulations on there anyway. So they're saying that some can't be 1,000 feet from a library or a daycare. Others have regulations on processors that have been questionable. Tulsa is considering a moratorium. So it depends on whom you ask, but some of these can be legally questionable.
Oklahoma City-based Enabled Midstream announces plans for a major new pipeline project. Fill us in on that.
Global demand for natural gas has been growing all over the place, and America wants to meet that need, but it has to be able to get it out. So this country is building a $550 million pipeline down in Louisiana to get that out to the ocean to where it can be shipped all over the place.
The Mid-America Industrial Park in Pryor is also growing. What's the latest?
They're wanting to add to that development things that aren't even industrial. So this project, which is expected to be finished by 2020, would add in retail and housing, which would be apartments and even homes, and all kinds of shopping in the area. That's expected to bring in about 2,000 jobs to Pryor, which is in northeastern Oklahoma.
There are more and more people nowadays that are asking themselves, would I buy a car from a vending machine? What's that all about?
There's a company that's looking at building one of these in North Oklahoma City. So instead of having a large lot with a lot of cars on them, it would be a big tower, and it would really work like a vending machine. People would go and buy their cars online, and they could have them shipped to their house, but they can also go to this tower where they would take a big coin and slip it into this machine that would then dispense them a car.
Where do you get the big coin?
I guess they send them to you too.
Yeah. What are you working on for next week?
I am working on a story about model legislation. So when lawmakers put this forward, it means an organization gave them some boilerplate bills, and they don't have to say where they're from. So we'll look at laws that might change that.
Catherine Sweeney from the Journal Record, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.